All right, so we are adding cup chain. Cup chain is these little rhinestones that are connected by a metal bar on the back. And it requires a technique called couching. So I'm starting with a piece of cup chain. You can easily cut it with your scissors. I usually cut mine with nippers to save my scissors because it is metal that you're cutting, but it's very thin. And I'm going to start with a piece that is clearly one or two longer than I actually need, so I can decide that as I go. Cup chain, you can shrink together or pull apart as you go. Oops, it's not really focusing on that. So what we're going to do is we are going to start with a new thread and a needle. That way, if you need to remove your cup chain, you're not also cutting the thread that attached whatever you did previously. So I'm going to bring my needle up through wherever I want to start, kind of close to my existing beadwork. I'm going to lay the cup chain down, and I'm going to go over the little bar that's between the two rhinestones and back in. The first one takes a little fussing, so it moved when I got my thread caught on the edge. Yours will too. A little patience. And before I tighten it, I'm going to go ahead and make sure that the chain is sitting with the rhinestones facing the way I want them, and then give that a nice tug. All right, and then now that I've got it started, things will get a little easier. I'm just going to continue coming up. Oh, I know, I'm missing my glasses. No wonder I can't see what I'm doing. Coming up on the other side of the next rhinestone, so between rhinestones 2 and 3, and see how now it's much easier. And I am going to go over the bar between every rhinestone. It doesn't matter if you come up on the close side or the far side from the crystal that's already there. I just kind of go with whatever my needle finds first. And there you go. We're going to continue all the way around, and I'll show you how to do the end. All right, as you can see, I've come around and I'm getting close to the end, and I'm going to make a decision on how many I'm going to put in there still. So I think, see, because if you squinch them up, they get closer together. I try to keep them fairly evenly spaced throughout, but it's not that big of a difference. So I've got to decide if I want 1, 2, 3. Because I still have about a ½ an inch here, I have a little decision room on how many I'm going to do. I think I'm going to spread them out a little bit, and that'll be just right if I nip off these last two. You don't want to overcrowd, but you don't want to undercrowd. So I'm just going to stretch them out by holding them with my finger so that I'm getting the maximum spread here, since I took it pretty close. And then I will do these last few. And what you'll notice is this is going to sew down everything except for the very first cup and the very last cup. That turned out just about right. So these two are not firmly attached to the fabric. They're still pretty good, but I might take a little tiny bit of glue and just nip those down. For now though, I'm going to come under, take a little bite, and tie this off. This I'll tie off too. I should not have stretched across like that. I was probably filming and forgot what I was doing.